169% confident that this is the biggest collection purchase of 2020. Like the
Yeah, quite possibly the guy with the best Instagram username. We've got hairy Pokeballs.
I was being very satire when I made that. I think I made it back in 2017 or something, but
It
I don't know. I
stuck.
feel like it stuck. It stuck really well, but I like it. But I feel like sometimes when I'm getting into these bigger transactions,
You
some
regret it a
people,
bit.
it's not, yeah, some people are a little weary because they're like, oh, this guy may not be
Yeah,
professional or
no,
anything.
yeah.
I mean, I get it, but I always try to keep a professional attitude despite the name. It's,
It's
screw it, dude. It's a
yeah,
nature of
no, yeah. You got to be having fun, right? That's the whole point of it.
exactly. It's about to have fun. Before we get deep into this,
Yep.
is this family rated or am I allowed to cuss?
Say yeah, say whatever you want. I want you to be yourself. So
Wow, what a great guy!
whatever.
What a great guy!
Because when you reached out, I thought like because of your stories and the stuff you say on your Instagram, I'm like, you want to talk about spreadsheets? Like, you
Yeah,
sure? Like this
yeah,
doesn't add up.
that doesn't make sense. This guy's talking about sex and balls and penises, and now he's sex with his cards and shit, and he wants to talk about spreadsheets and accounting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
was
doesn't.
like, are you feeling all right? Where have you gone?
I don't know. I guess it's the tiredness. Who knows? But I mean, I do think it's an important thing. But regardless.
Yeah, yeah, no. I'm just going to start by asking you like just some questions about when you started collecting and just that sort of information first to so people can have that background information of when you came in and stuff. So when was it? When did you get back in, or have you always been there? Or
uh, I could say the whole generic story where people are like, "Oh, I grew up, blah blah blah, collected
yeah,
blah blah blah." We've all been there, done that. But when I got serious into it, it was when Pokemon Go came out in 2016, and I
yeah,
was still, I think it was in my junior or senior year of college, and I then just got back into the nostalgia and bought some cards on eBay, just random stuff. And then I ended up just trying to buy every single holo from WotC, just raw, without really thinking investment wise or,
you just
thinking too
wanted
much.
to collect. Yeah,
I just wanted to
yeah,
collect for the hell of
yeah,
it. And I did that over a few years. I think I made my Instagram in late 2017. And then I started thinking about the conditions of the cards. And once I think at one point in my Instagram, I bought every single WotC holo, and I was like, what do I do now? And I ended up just selling it all. And then I ended up buying graded cards. And that's when I really got into it. So it's been probably 2.5 years of serious collecting and putting a lot
yeah,
of money, way
yeah,
too much money. Uh, Money that my girlfriend and my parents would be like, what the hell are you doing?
yeah.
But now they're, you know, now they say
Oh,
other, now they
yeah,
want to part.
yeah. Now they want to help out, right? And it's gone up how much? Like, how do I buy some cards? Like,
Even my girlfriend wants to my girlfriend's buying collections with me.
oh, nice. Yeah, that's cool. I like
It's
that.
it's crazy. It's crazy. My best friend from back home's like, dude, how the hell did you convince your girlfriend to buy Pokemon cards after all these years when she's been
I've
so much?
tried it as well. I've tried to get. I'm like, you sure you don't want to just collect? Is there any you like that you want to collect? No. She just likes opening them with me, but
Yeah, same
doesn't
here.
fancy. Yeah,
Once I mention the money though, they'll be like, oh well,
yeah. I could get
yeah,
this instead.
yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much my story, man.
Yeah,
Uh,
cool.
cool
If
guy.
you now, like, what set would you say is your go-to set right now, right this moment? What are you looking at? What are you most
Oh,
interested in?
oh, Secret Wonders.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Secret, like no one would talk about it.
Yeah,
Like, you wouldn't expect me to say that,
no,
Dude, I mean, literally like 30 minutes ago, something like that. Obviously, 25th anniversary, they came out with Diamond and Pearl remakes like
yeah,
30 minutes ago. No surprise, everyone expected that. But Secret Wonders was just a banger set in Diamond and Pearl. It came out in November 2007. And
so
it's go on.
sorry, when did you, obviously this is your like hot set that you're interested in right now. When did you get back into this set? Like when did you start looking at the set?
I was on and off back in the day, but during the Diamond and Pearl era, I was like late middle school, early high school,
Yeah.
and I collected a lot of Diamond and Pearl cards back then.
Oh,
So
so
I
you actually had it back then,
oh
like you were
yeah, I
collecting
was
it back. So it's
yeah, but
nostalgic for you.
oh yeah, it's so nostalgic,
Oh,
dude. I
yeah.
played hours, days, weekends on end online competitive Pokemon battling all the time, dude.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I was heavy in it. But yeah, Secret Wonders comes to mind because there's just so much hollow bleed on the cards. Every single hollow is a banger in that set. You have Lugia, Ho-Oh, Blastoise, Venusaur, Charizard, Entei, Raikou, Suicune. It's just a great set, and I think everyone now is going to be on Diamond and Pearl,
Because
obviously.
of, yeah, yeah. So you've probably timed that really well. Like accidentally, of course, but
Yeah, I've
yeah.
been buying Diamond and Pearl sealed product since March of 2020. So it's been about a year now.
Yeah, and that would have been a good time to pick up any set, right? So
Oh yeah, any set in general.
yeah, back then.
But if I was going to say a go-to for me that I enjoy personally, Secret Wonders. But you know, for an investment purpose, anything. I mean, it's hard to say. Everything. It's kind of
Yeah,
arbitrary. It's
yeah,
arbitrary.
yeah, yeah.
No one knows. Who the fuck knows, dude?
No, no,
Honestly.
no, no. You can't possibly like people can sit there and say, "Oh, I think this is going to happen. It's going to happen," but that's an opinion. That's a speculation. Like you know how it is.
Did you have a set in mind that you think is just something that's a go-to for you?
Oh, for me, recently I've been really enjoying Black and White Legendary Treasures. Like I never collected it, I'd never seen it. I was just kind of exploring sets, going through cards online and on like the Pokelector app where you can explore like every set. And like yeah, the Radiant Collection subset of that just really stood out to me. Like the artwork of Mew and Reshiram, I was just like, this looks really cool. And at the time, they were like £30 a pack because obviously
Yeah.
it's black and white, so it's like it's old, but it's not it's not what's the vintage price.
Was that 2015 around there? 14 maybe?
I have uh, just thinking if I've got a card near me. I think the original black and white may have been 2011, and then Legendary Treasures was the last set.
Okay.
So yeah, it would have been like the last one of that era. But
Is
yeah,
that
for me, I'm enjoying that.
is that a cross earring right there, dude? On your left
Yeah.
ear?
Oh, it's a little
I
dagger.
didn't know. Look at that, dude. That brings some character. That
I've
brings some
only, what's that?
nice, I said it brings some nice character to the
Oh, cheers,
face.
man. I only got it the other week. I'm still not sure about it.
Sorry, totally went off topic. That's how whatever,
That's
dude.
that's fine.
Anyways, legendary treasures.
Yeah, no, yeah. For me, I've been really enjoying that. I did want to collect a set of like PSA 10s, but like this was before, everyone realized how the backlog was. So like it's probably not going to happen anytime soon for me anyway.
Sure, it's impossible to find considering pops are probably just super low from
I
all
mean,
the
that's the
super.
thing. Yeah, some of the common cards from the Radiant Collection subset of Legendary Treasures, like they're pop zero because no one graded them because it was like a Piplup. So there's no tens.
Yeah, no, that makes
Um,
sense.
which is why I opened loads of packs because I wanted to try and get some pack fresh stuff. But
Oh my god, it's just getting too dangerous. Like when I'm talking about Secret Wonders, I don't know if you saw the lot that I picked up recently of all
yeah,
those.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, dude! I just want to open all the Secret Wonders packs. It's just like every time I open a pack, it's like, well, $200, $200. It's a
Did you
lot
open
of.
any?
Oh yeah, of course I did. Are you kidding me? Of
How many have
course.
you gone through?
Whew. Well, I had to open one on live when I opened up the package just to confirm it's legitimate.
Yeah, because it was super low feedback, right? I mean, this is part of the talk you wanted to do, which was like finding steals, finding collections, finding bargains that like
we definitely hit it off from here and started off with this one.
yeah
So if you want to, first things first, for everyone in general who's listening, if you want to find deals and steals, I hate when people say, dude, you're so lucky. You're so lucky. It's not, it takes luck. It does take a little bit of luck, but it's not all luck. You're taking away the credit that it takes to be on your phone 24/7 to find these.
Yeah.
You have to jump on them. Like when you're looking on eBay or local apps, you have to jump on it and you have to be very proactive. And even when you find these deals, you're not going to get it 100%. You have to negotiate, and negotiating is a skill. And I hate when people say, dude, you're so fucking lucky, this and that. It's like, dude, you got to bust your ass.
Yeah, it's not like you just got a message and someone's like, do you want to buy this? And you're like, yeah. Like you put time, put effort. I think it's the same with like, whether it's a collection or just like one, even if it's one item, like a PSA card, like if you really, really, really want to find like a good deal, like you can spend time like looking for that, right? Yeah. It's whether you can be, can be bothered to go through that. Obviously you're constantly looking, so
you have to constantly look. So at the expense of, again, your girlfriend getting very annoyed at you and not paying attention to her, and she says something about something that happened today with her friends or blah blah blah, and you're like,
and
wait,
you're
what?
not there. You're just not there.
It's like, it's like you just always have to be finding Pokemon deals. Like, well, I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, of course. So anyways, this deal, to summarize it, I was scrolling through eBay and I found this listing for $5,000 starting bid or $8,000 buy it now. And it's going to be full good loaded tips for people that want to get things on eBay, especially when it's zero feedback, because this guy had zero feedback.
For me, like I see zero feedback, I'm like, nah, not going near it. And
exactly,
obviously
exactly, but you just have to do some digging. If it's going to be worth it, and it's going to be worth it, you just have to take that chance and do your due diligence. It's all about due diligence. So this guy had zero feedback, and he had up to 11 pictures of all these sealed blisters from Diamond and Pearl and EX series. And I did quick math, eBay sold listings to see what everything would cost together, and it costs about $14,000. So I'm like, if I could get this for $8,000, if I want to sell everything, I could get $6,000 easy. Or I could just sell $8,000 and keep the rest of the $6,000 product and just open it or keep it over time, whatever.
Yeah.
The options are endless. So what you should do first is always message the seller, be like, hey, look, I'm interested. Can you send me a picture with the timestamp and your eBay username? He did that exactly, but it took him a little bit, like a few hours. But the thing is that I didn't want someone to snag it at $8,000. I would have totally regretted it. If I was actually legitimate, I'd be like, oh shit, like I feel bad. Yeah. So in the meantime, I put a bid for $5,000, because when you put a bid down, it automatically gets rid of the buy it now price. So
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, exactly. So it gets rid of the buy it now price automatically. So I didn't have that fear of someone trying to snag it at 8,000 if I put a bid down.
Yeah.
It started the auction. So I was like, screw it. I'll just put down a bid. If I put down 5,000 and it ends up being a scam, I'll get my 5,000 back from eBay. I'm just going to take the risk. So afterwards, he sent me the timestamps and all that, and he told me his whole scenario. It was something he was paying medical bills for his son. Yeah. And he started the eBay just to sell off this stuff he had in comic books. So I ended up just bidding, and then thankfully it went up to $8,200, only $200 over what the buy it now price was, and everything turned out to be extremely legitimate. And I ended up opening. So far, I opened up two Legends Awakened packs, which are like 150 a piece, pretty much. I think 5 Secret Wonders packs. 5 or 6 at like $200.
You've done quite well to not open as many.
Oh, I'm gonna open the rest. So fucking kidding me, dude? I'm addicted. At
I'm
least it's
surprised you
not.
just didn't do it all in one go.
I want to spread it out over time. I got some good advice from someone on Instagram. Are you familiar with the Norton twins?
I
They
don't think
connect.
I've
They
got them.
collect all the evolutions. Like
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I know who you're on about. Yeah,
Jay
yeah,
Norton and
yeah, yeah,
Joey.
yeah,
They told me just they open up so much product and they just spread it out over time. You'll have something to always look forward to.
yeah, yeah. Rather than just opening and having nothing for months.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
for my goal, this pickup is just uh, I'll probably just open the Secret Wonder stuff and then sell everything else. And the Secret Wonder stuff probably costs like a few grand throughout the whole
yeah,
set. I opened up some cards. I had some fun. I pulled some really good cards already, and
yeah,
I get to make probably $4,000 back on top of my $8,000
yeah.
investment.
Which means that all those cards you've opened, practically free. You haven't.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's a no-brainer. So, I
Yeah,
mean, if you're looking on eBay and you have zero feedback, you really have to do some due diligence and not get ahead of yourself. But you should also, look into it if it's really something that you can make some good money on or something that's really going to help your collection grow. So,
were you even after asking those questions and like having those messages, the timestamp and all of that? Was there still anything? Were you a little bit worried still, or after all of that, were you like, nah, it's fine?
um, I think I was still worried. I was still worried a little bit, but I know eBay would always have my back as long as I videotaped the transaction and me
Yeah.
opening the package, which I did. I think the only thing that worried me afterwards is that he got a feedback. He got one feedback after I put the bid, and he ended up having one positive feedback, but it was him buying something. So I didn't know if it was trying to
Yeah.
get some positive feedback to try and scam and make it seem like
Yeah.
it, because I told him in the message, like, look, you have zero feedback. I just want some legitimacy.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that worried me, but ended up being totally legit.
So this isn't the first time you've bought off zero feedback. So I'm sure I remember you having other like collections and just things like this where it was risky and it's paid off. Is there
Yeah,
any times where it's actually gone wrong? Like have you on eBay or anywhere?
On eBay, no, not with eBay because eBay has really good buyer protection,
Yeah.
which is to a fault though for sellers.
Yeah.
For buyers that are at least very dishonest. But I like to think I'm an honest guy. I hope I am.
You are.
Thank
Definitely.
you. But I mean, yeah, if I'm going to talk about my dick size on Instagram, obviously I'm an honest guy. Okay, anyways. What was I talking about, dude?
I
Has
don't
it
know.
ever
Has it gone wrong? Have you
so
had any issues?
not through eBay because buyer protection, I
Yeah.
have confidence to get that money back. And I was still
Yeah.
wary with $1,000 transaction just because $8,000 is kind of a big sweat. So
Yeah.
and I didn't want to wait weeks to get that money back. But anyways, not on eBay, no. I've always been pretty good with eBay. I've been scammed before, obviously.
Yeah.
Just being
yeah.
naive, in the beginning.
Yeah.
It happens. You learn from it, and now I'm not going to get scammed anymore. That's not.
Yeah, exactly. As bad as it is and frustrating, like it's it can really get you down. But after it happens, I feel like almost everyone has gone through it at some point. Like
Yeah,
something's happened. Like for you to then be like, look, if I see these flags, avoid. Like I'm not even going to bother.
Yep, not anymore, dude. Oh my god, it's like a pit in your stomach when you find out.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Well, you've been robbed. You've literally been robbed. Someone's stolen money from you.
how can
Like,
people do that? Like I know people are desperate. It's just so pathetic. It's just
I think what makes it worse is that it's so easy. Well, it has been so easy to make money from the cards from Pokemon. Like it's so easy. You just buy it, keep it a year, and like why spend time scamming? Or they would just they could make money so much easier. It's just it's crazy. It is crazy that they even bother.
I'd say every time it's gone bad, transaction in general, like scamming, most of it seems like it's always through online, like Craigslist, Instagram.
Yeah. So,
Instagram is huge with scamming, unfortunately.
yeah.
Even the tight knit community.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Definitely. Well,
so
it's
just so much drama, dude. Like, oh
yeah.
god,
Yeah.
why can't
All
everyone
the
just eat?
time.
Why can't
It's
everyone
so
just eat?
so much of
Just
it,
have
isn't
nice
there?
smiles. Just have nice smiles like you and I, dude. Just bring
Just
some
chill out,
positive.
enjoy the cards, and don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I don't know. Pokemon's a totally different game nowadays, but you
Yeah.
know,
So would
it's what it is.
you, obviously you said you wouldn't, I think you just said you wouldn't bother with Craigslist or anything like that. Is that right?
Uh, I would for the hell of it. I have before, and it hasn't been too bad. It just seems sketchier. I don't know why.
Yeah. I guess you've got no protection compared to eBay, right?
If you don't know what you're doing, you don't have protection. But if you do, it's very straightforward. You meet up, you meet up with the person, always in a public
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Um, pay them in cash or a cashier's check, and make sure all the cards are legitimate and everything looks good in person, and then you're good to go. Um, but then if you are on a local app and you're trying to buy something or you're trying to sell something and someone wants to offer you cash, you have to always look out for counterfeit money because that's happened. Not to
Yeah.
me, but to people.
I don't think I would ever accept cash just for that reason. Like
Oh yeah,
I know a lot of people do accept it, but for me, if someone's like, oh, I'll do like cash tomorrow, I'm like, I don't, what am I going to do with that? Like, I don't want it in, it's just going to go into a bank. That could be fake and then I'll go to pay it in.
yeah,
Like, I
exactly.
don't want that. I don't want that.
Two best options is bank wire
Yeah.
or a cashier's check, not a personal check because that'll bounce. It could bounce, a personal check, but a cashier's check. So you could just meet someone at a bank and have them go inside and ask for a cashier's check, and they'll at the cashier they'll make sure it's legit and that you have the money in your account, and they'll give you a check for it.
Yeah.
Because write out a personal check, someone could give you a personal check and they don't have the money in their account, and then you just go to deposit it and it bounces and it's too late. So
Yeah.
that's what I would say, bank wire or cashier's in
I
person.
don't know how different it is over here. Like, we really don't use checks anymore, like at
Yeah,
all. So yeah, it's just like PayPal, bank transfer. Um,
God,
that's fine.
even PayPal's a problem nowadays.
Yeah. Are you trying
My
to avoid it?
my account got frozen.
What
It got
happened?
frozen literally on Monday, dude. Like this past Monday.
What
Okay,
happened?
so I had a sale, and I think I sold about 10 grand worth of stuff. Most people paid friends and family, like
Yeah.
pretty much everyone, just because I built up that relationship with people.
Yeah.
Every single message was a copy and paste to everyone. It said, send me your address after you pay friends and family with no notes or goods and services, just cover the fees,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Here's my PayPal. One jerk off decided to, and he's not a jerk off because he made the mistake of giving me friends and family with notes. I'll tell you why he's a jerk off, but he sent me friends and family with notes, and it was like $400. And I told him like, oh, thanks for the payment, thanks for the transaction, but next time, please don't send notes. I said that before, like it can freeze my PayPal account.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, my bad, dude. I always, send friends and family. I don't know why I put a note this time. I was like, yeah, why the fuck did you send a note this time? But I was like, all right, dude, whatever. So a few days afterwards, my PayPal's frozen, dude. I get a message saying your funds are, it's something along the lines of your funds are limited. You don't have access to them. You have to submit some information. So literally, PayPal asked me for proof of address. So I had to
Yeah.
upload some mail with my address and name and my driver's license. They asked for proof or an explanation of transactions for the past month. They asked me like 10 random transactions, not all of them, but 10 random ones.
What
And
did they
then
ask you about them? Was it like what they were for? Just are
Yeah.
these your transactions?
They asked me like a detailed description, like what did you sell, how did you get this item, how did you ship it, that like the whole.
Whoa.
And then they wanted proof of fulfillment for each of the transactions. So I had to provide basically tracking numbers for all those transactions. And one of the transactions was local, so I had to have a contract written up with the buyer
What?
and both of our signatures to legitimize that it was a local transaction. I didn't have to ship anything. And then
Jesus.
I had to provide proof of sales receipt. So I had to provide proof of the items that I originally bought and then sold, like a receipt of them. And luckily, I keep spreadsheets. So I had all this information. I still have the tracking numbers. I still have
Yeah,
the
yeah.
receipt. I was lucky in that regard. And I was able to provide all the information. And then they told me, oh, once all your information is provided, we have 3 business days and we'll decide what to do with your account and unfreeze it, hopefully. And the people that have the horror stories where their accounts are frozen for months up to 6 months, it's because those people don't have that information. They don't keep
Yeah.
spreadsheets. They don't keep this information or receipts. So they're frozen for such a long time. And the reason PayPal does this is because, they want their cut. Because if you're conducting a business on their platform, they want part of that business.
Yeah. Yeah.
And number 2, I was talking with one of my coworkers who's actually, he sells like Japanese toys, very niche, but he uses PayPal. And it's because they are federally liable by the government to assess accounts for drug trafficking. So they want to know, is this money drug money?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or is it like a legitimate business where it's totally legal, like Pokemon cards, like something totally harmless?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's where I'm at right now. And the reason that guy's a jerk off is because I told him afterwards, I was like, dude, my PayPal's frozen because you sent me friends and family notes. I had to tell him because I was so annoyed. I wasn't mean though. I was being very respectful. I only messaged him and told him because
So
I
you
want
won't
him
do it again. Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
won't do it again, and you'll learn from
Yeah.
your lesson, and other sellers don't have to deal with this issue like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am, because I don't want anyone other seller to be hurt and burned. So I told him, like, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. It's just I want you to learn
Yeah.
from the lesson. Thanks for your transaction again. And he left me on red. Left me on red. No sorry, no apology. I was like, okay, all right, fine, dude. I didn't send out his package yet. I could be an asshole and I could just refund you and be super spiteful, but I'm not spiteful. I'm just like, okay, dude, whatever. I sent out his stuff. I sent him the tracking, right? I sent him the tracking.
He hasn't replied, has he?
Left me on red again. No, thank you, dude. He could have gave me a thank you. So that's why he's a jerk off. Not because he froze my account, but because he didn't say sorry or thank you.
So you think it was literally just that one transaction that he put the note on that started that whole issue?
It's a big assumption, but I would say yes, because it's nestled in between all these other friends and family payments. And then one person sent goods and services by accident. So maybe that triggered it too, where I have a mix of goods and services and friends and family.
And they're probably all the same value. And yeah.
So, God, it's just a mess. But if you keep receipts, you keep your tracking, you keep all that information, you should be good. And you should have I'll keep you updated, but you should have your account restored. But I think the only issue will be after restored, I'm going to drain all my money from PayPal because I don't want them holding my money anymore.
Yeah.
It's just sketchy.
Yeah. Why risk it? It's not worth it. Just take it out. Like,
it's not. But I think they're going to restrict me from getting friends and family payments from now on. So,
yeah,
dude. I mean, I'm pretty much at that point where I think I'm going to go with another app, or I'll just take bank wires.
Yeah. Like, you have that reputation built up, and it's not going to be the biggest problem. Like, most people send friends and family anyway, so they're going to trust you with like a bank wire, right? So.
Yeah. If I'm gonna be selling a booster box, dude, like $20,000, like I'm gonna take a bank wire. I don't want that sitting in PayPal.
Yeah.
And I'll have the record of what I originally bought the box for, so I could put it into my taxes for the next year.
Yeah, exactly. So you obviously, like, one of the points you wanted to talk about was keeping track of prices, things you've bought, receipts, like all that stuff.
This shit would be a very boring topic, but it's important. I can make it super simple.
Well, like
but
if you hadn't done that, like that whole situation would have screwed you completely, right?
it would have been a mess.
You'd have been like, I don't know. Like I literally don't know.
I have $7,000 in my PayPal, which isn't the biggest in the world, but it's also a good chunk of money.
Considering they're holding
$7,000
it. Yeah.
that they're holding it. And if I didn't have all this information and I wasn't able to provide all this fulfillment and receipts, then they'd hold my money for up to 6 months. So that's a mess. That's a headache.
Yeah.
So that's one reason to keep all your information, but also like just keeping a spreadsheet, what you bought for things and what you sold things for. And then when it comes to tax season, you should probably get a CPA and just have a CPA look at everything. So you don't have to pay 20,000. You don't have to pay taxes on a $20,000 booster box that you bought for $10,000. You know what I mean?
Sorry, what's a CPA? Like I don't. That's
a certified personal accountant.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, I guess we just call them accountants, but yeah, that's fine.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
different lingo. But yeah, so you don't have to pay a full taxes on a booster box you sold, just a portion of it, you know, whatever
yeah,
you made on it.
just the profit, yeah, which is what how it should be.
Exactly, and just keeping information on when you bought them too, because you know the amount of taxes you have to pay on something changes drastically the longer you hold it. So you pay less taxes over time.
Yeah.
The longer you hold it. So it's just important little information that people that are serious collectors and have 5-6 figures or more, you should really consider that. Because dude, this shit's like a house now.
Yeah, yeah. Like
crazy.
You wouldn't it's literally the price of more than a job, right? So you need to keep track of like
fucking job. Fucking job. Like, dude, you got Pokemon cards. People at work know about my Pokemon stuff, and they're like, "Why are you working?"
Like, well, you're like, I don't know. I no idea.
Like, I enjoy my job, but I don't know. Maybe I'll go. I honestly can't, like, no tread on anyone who's doing it full time, but I can't believe people that are quitting their jobs and doing Pokemon full time. Great for them. But I would be very concerned for myself if I did that.
Like long term, like because it's not guaranteed. You mean
it's not guaranteed for long term? Like maybe now and years to come, but in general, like I don't know how it is. You're in the UK, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how it is for health insurance when you don't have a job, but here in America,
we don't have it. Health is free here.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, we don't pay like health insurance. You can get private healthcare, but we've got healthcare that is just built into taxes, essentially.
Okay, gotcha. So, like in America, we don't have free healthcare.
Yeah,
we have to pay for that shit. And when you have a job, you have employer benefits, and you basically the employer pays a lot towards your health insurance, and you get great benefits. And I pay probably only $100 or so for fantastic benefits. But if I were to not have a job, I'd have to buy my own health insurance through a program called Cobra. And Cobra is basically like health insurance that you get if you don't have an employer and you're self-employed.
Yeah.
And you pay like $800 a month, some shit. Dude, so much money, especially if you have kids. And dude, shit ton of money.
I can't even understand.
No, I can't understand these people that are doing this. And like, I'm not trying to compare anything. I'm just trying to be like realistic here. Like some of these people have the same amount of equity I do in Pokemon or less, and they're quitting their jobs to become hook up with distributors, and now they have to pay Cobra insurance. It's just, I don't know. It's a bumpy road, and I don't even know how I got down this road. But anyways,
I know.
It's another important topic, but you know.
No, yeah, it definitely is. Like, I know personally for me, like, even if I was in a position to do it, I don't think I would want to, because it's a hobby. And I think if you start merging, like, obviously it's great for some people and it's perfect. Like, if you can merge a hobby, a passion, and your job together, like, amazing. But I think for me, I'd struggle with it. Like, if I did it as a job, I'd struggle. Like, scrolling through eBay would suddenly feel like work. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
dude, it
I'm
was
actually,
stressful.
yeah. You're like, I don't think I could do that. I like enjoying it as a hobby, as a, you know.
It's well put, dude. Like, I don't want Pokemon to ever become stressful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's not.
I have fun with it, and I probably wouldn't have fun with it if it became a job as a side hobby and something that could a side hustle, as people would say,
Yeah, yeah,
and it
yeah,
makes some pretty decent money on the side. Like that's no big deal. Like I'd still thoroughly enjoy it, and you know
yeah,
if I don't make money at all, I don't sweat at all. I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and I still have a job and all that shit, you know.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't know.
It's just not for me, I guess. Like I wouldn't want to do that.
No, it wouldn't be for me either. No,
No.
not at all. I enjoy what I
Uh,
do right now.
so obviously we spoke about spreadsheets and keeping track of everything. And I know you buy a lot of collections. At one point you were buying a lot of raw cards, and I think you were getting graded. You were getting some tens like all over the show, right? So if you
Flushed. I'm getting flushed thinking about this. Finish your sentence.
if
Finish.
you buy a whole collection, um, you know, of a master set, whatever you were buying at the time, how do you track the prices? Because obviously you've paid like £1,000 for this set of cards. Do you divide that between each card, or do you assign a value yourself? Like, how do you keep track of that?
So you're referring to the collection that I bought in October of 2020.
I think
This
so.
is quite. I'm not exaggerating, dude. This was. This is the biggest. I know everyone's gonna say, "Oh, like, oh shit," dude. Like every YouTuber with their thumbnail saying, "This is the biggest find Pokemon this year," this and that
That's
shit.
what this video will be. You've
Oh,
just done
exactly.
it, and
Oh, you
I'll
got
clip that.
this will literally though. That I am 100% confident, 169% confident that this is the biggest collection purchase of 2020. Like the best collection, not money wise, but just value wise. The
Yeah,
value of getting back and just what's in the collection. So, oh my god, dude, I'm getting a hard on just talking
I
about
can
this.
tell.
I know, dude. This is why we do this though.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's that excitement. That's exactly why we're in this.
Anyways, so you want me to just go over this deal real quick and how
Like,
I
yeah, yeah, like just do the whole story, how you found it, like just how you kept track of each card, and you know.
yeah, this will tie into everything else we talked about actually.
Yeah,
So and just being safe with everything as well. So
yeah,
there was I was scrolling through a local app. I don't think you have this app in the UK. It's Let's Go and Offer Up.
no, no.
Okay, yeah, those are local apps of like local marketplaces, and they recently merged here in America, so it's
Yeah,
just one app. But I was scrolling through and I saw this first edition base set German booster box that was sealed, and he wanted like 13 grand or something like that. I was like, wow, that's pretty interesting. I didn't want it for myself, but I knew someone on Instagram that wanted it. And I reached out to my friend on Instagram and I was like, hey, look, dude, I got this stuff near locally. I'm thinking you'd like it because you asked about it before. And, you know, if I found anything near me, you wanted me to let you know. Me being my honest guy myself, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I contacted him. I was like, hey, look, dude, I have something you may be interested in. And he was. I ended up talking to this guy through the local app, and he I don't know how it came up, but he just mentioned on his own, or I think I asked him if he had anything else. I asked him if he had anything else. You always ask a
yeah,
seller if anything else.
yeah.
Always ask because they will most
They
of the
know,
time.
yeah, literally 90% of the time they've actually got way more.
Oh yeah. So he did have something else. He had a lot of something else. He had he had a ton of something else, like Ron Jeremy size something else. You probably don't get that. You know Ron Jeremy? Never mind. He's a porn star with a really big dick. Anyways, wow, this is not PG anymore. But I'm so excited. Let me talk about this. Anyways, we talked. We spoke a little bit, and he told me he has all these binders of raw cards. I'm like, okay, that's really interesting. And I ended up getting his phone number, just asking through the local app, and then we ended up texting a bit, and I got my friend on Instagram. His name is Shane. I don't know if he wants me to give him his handle, but I'll just call him Shane. And I ended up giving Shane his number as well, this local guy. He was probably like a 30-minute drive for me. And
Sorry, was that for the German first edition?
yeah, everything's tied in all together.
Yeah.
And we all just started talking. And, first this guy was getting cold feet about selling everything because he wanted more. And then we were like, I don't know about that and this and that. You can't go back on what you originally priced things out. He was getting cold feet. But it was a back and forth battle. And this is when I hate when people say it's lucky and luck. This was a huge negotiation. Like, we had to negotiate. You have to sway people. You literally have to sway people, like, as bad as it sounds, you have to make people like you and want to sell to you. You have to make people want to sell to you.
They have to trust you as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that doesn't take luck. That takes a lot of skill with negotiating and being a people person,
Yeah.
You can't be some awkward fuck and expect to get everything. So we ended up just negotiating back and forth for a while. And I think he ended up coming back to us. And because we just ignored him at some point because we were just sick and tired of trying to keep hiring.
Yeah.
Come to find out, this guy went to local card shops all in the area where I was at, trying to sell it to the owners, the LGS owners. And obviously LGS owners, most of the time they're gonna want something for a lot less.
Yeah. They've got way more overheads to cover.
Most of these guys, like, they're not Pokemon oriented. Maybe they're sports cards, or they don't know the true value. So this guy was getting turned down by a lot of these LGS owners for what he wanted these cards for. So I found that out through another buddy of mine that lives in my area that's on Instagram. His name is Immaculate Pokemon. He goes by Samir. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he lives in the area that I'm at. And he told me that guy actually went to the LGS shops while he was there or something like that. And he was getting turned down. So thank God. That was definitely luck.
Yeah. And I guess that would have helped him then want to sell to you guys again, because he's like, oh, I can't sell this for the price that I want. Yeah.
Definitely. But let me tell you what he had, dude. He was sending like strip teases through text. It was like all the binders that had the names of all the sets in them. And then I guess it was a son-in-law and his father-in-law. So it was the father-in-law's collection in his mid-60s. Perfect case scenario. A guy in his mid-60s who collected them. He said he bought 1 to 2. I asked him, how did you get these cards? You always got to ask that. How'd you get them? How'd you get into it? Why are you selling? So he's a mid-60-year-old guy, doesn't know how to use technology, asked his son-in-law to help him, who's in his 20s, to put it online and try and sell it for him and come up with prices and all that. So luckily, they came out with spreadsheets. And this guy the son-in-law wrote out a spreadsheet for every single card. He had thousands of cards. Spreadsheet of each of the card with a price for each one. And then a total price for each set. So I kept the spreadsheets, and that's how I know my inventory of what I. So
you literally just said, "Oh, can you send me the spreadsheet as well?"
Yeah, send me the spreadsheets, and that's how I have. Luckily, they have spreadsheets, and that's how I keep track of how much I spent for each card. But so this guy, this older gentleman, he bought 1 to 2 boxes of each set from all the way from the beginning of base set all the way up to the Platinum series. So 1999 all the way up to 2009 or something like that. He bought every single set, dude. Every single one. So I was like, holy shit. Yeah, I'm going to have to buy a lot. And so it came to find out that my Instagram buddy was like, wow, this is going to be huge. So he ended up flying with like $30,000 plus cash from like Chicago all the way to here in Oregon, which is like, it's all the way across the country, basically in the US. Yeah. Like a 5-6 hour plane ride. So it's quite far. So he ended up flying over. We negotiated on what each of us wanted. He got like jungle, base set, uh, Japanese base set, the Gym series, Team Rocket,
Were
Spot,
these first editions as well?
everything first edition. Everything first edition, packed fresh, right into the sleeve, into a binder. That's it. Put away for 20 years, dude.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, wow. And and he bought the German first edition box. And then I think my buddy, he bought a Skyer set from him as well. So
For 30K.
uh he bought everything in total, I think for like 35K. The
Oh
German
my
box,
God.
all those sets for like 35K, everything packed fresh. Yeah.
Jesus.
So here's how I went with my deal. This guy only wanted to sell things if he can make a lot of money at once.
Yeah.
Understandably, he was trying to
Yeah.
retire. That's why he was selling. He was
Yeah.
retiring. And he was a contractor. And if you don't know anything about contractors, contractors like avoiding taxes. And he wanted all cash. So that's how we were this all-star
Yeah.
buyers.
Yeah.
We were able to just give him cash. So I ended up buying on October 15th. I remember the dates off the top of my head. October 15th, 2020, 1:59 p.m. We met up at a Starbucks. Him and his son-in-law. The three of us met up, and I bought 4 of the first edition Neo sets, all packed fresh for $8,500. And
that just sounds crazy now. Like it just sounds.
This is the find of the year. This out of anyone else,
Yeah.
I'm 100% confident. I'm not saying that because it's mine. I'm just saying that because, like, I honestly believe that.
Yeah.
And and just to put it into context, I graded that Shining Charizard first edition from the set. It got a PSA 10. I already have one, so I had 2, and I sold it for 19 grand. I already doubled my money, and I still have
From one card. From one card.
One card, dude. And there was I graded a Shining Tyranitar and it got a 10. I graded the Shining Mewtwo, it got a 10. Absolutely ridiculous, dude. So
yeah, to be honest, that's got to be like the lifetime pickup, right? That is
it's
that's never. Yeah.
Because it doesn't end there though. It does not end there. So in that transaction as well, my girlfriend wanted to get in. So she bought Expedition and Aquapolis for $2,500.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Dude. And she already made all the money. She didn't sell anything, but she theoretically made the money.
Yeah. The value is nowhere even near that. Like
she bought the Crystal Lugia. The Crystal Lugia graded a 9, and that's like what, $3,000 card.
Yeah,
it's already
done. Yeah,
she has all. Still.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, congratulations, I guess.
It doesn't end there though. Almost done.
What?
November 11th or 10th next month, because I told him when we met up, you gotta sweet talk people and become friends with them, and they're legitimately the nicest guys. Like I couldn't have asked for better sellers. They were super nice. But we kept in touch, and I ended up adding him on Instagram. He added me, and like on his personal account, and I want to say like we're like acquaintances. Like we laugh and joke with each other here and there, and just talk about where we're living and what we like to do and all that.
Yeah.
We kept in touch, and I told them when I left the first time we met up at a Starbucks in person. I told them, let's keep in touch. I'm interested in the other binders. Just come out with prices for them. Take your time. Come out with a spreadsheet, because they didn't make spreadsheets for those sets yet. And and they were like, hey, yeah, definitely, we'll make spreadsheets. And basically, their spreadsheets were based off of Troll and Toad near mint, or like played. And they, Troll and Toad near mint isn't near mint most of the time.
It's played.
Yeah, and their cards were not played or Troll and Toad near mint. They were mint. They were pack fresh mint. So it was just already a bargain at that price. Yeah. So anyways. He ended up just contacting me saying, "Oh, I got a spreadsheet for the EX series sets," and I was like, "Okay, cool. I'll take a look." And I don't know how many EX sets there are. There's like 20 something. There's a lot.
Yeah, something like that.
Dude, we I was like, okay, I'll look at it, and I think for all the EX sets, like 20 something sets, It came out to like 12 grand, like 12 grand. And I was like,
Not even 1,000 a set.
I was like, I'm not even gonna negotiate this.
No.
Not even gonna negotiate. I was like, deal, 100%. I forgot where we met up. It might have been at the Starbucks again, the same place.
Yeah.
I bought, dude. He came up with 4 stacked binders, just all 2003, all the way up to 2007, and all packed fresh. Most of the EXs, there are gold stars in there, and dude, 12 grand for all that. I already made almost half that money with the Lugia EX.
Yeah, the other stuff you bought.
Well, the Charizard, I theoretically still paid for it. But the Lugia EX from Unseen Forces, it graded a 10, and that card almost covers half of that. It was just absolutely ridiculous just going through those binders. I had the time of my fucking life. My girlfriend and I going through this. It doesn't end there, though. It doesn't end there.
How?
I know.
What else do they have at this point? At this point, how have you not just gone, just give me everything you got?
I didn't do that because I'm trying to buy a house and I wasn't trying to take too much money out all at once.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to be a little slow with it. They were patient with, we were being patient with them. They wanted to be patient with us. We already did 2 transactions at this point. They aren't going to sell to anyone else.
Yeah.
They already have
They're just going to go straight to you. Do you want these? Yeah. You got a relationship.
Exactly. So he had diamond and pearl sets and platinum sets that he still didn't price out. And same scenario, like, go hit me up whenever, you finish calculating it. Dude, the diamond and pearl sets, like all the diamond and pearl sets, there's like, I think 8, maybe, I'm probably wrong. Diamond and pearl base, great encounters, secret wonders, mysterious treasures, majestic dawn, Stormfront, Legends Awakened. There's like 7, I believe. And then he had 3 platinum sets. He stopped at Supreme Victors. So like platinum base, Rising Rival, Supreme Victors. So there were 10 sets in this massive binder. And he was asking $1,800.
What?
I was like, okay, let's meet up because I'll pay you 2 grand. Let's round it up, 2 grand. Done deal. That's it.
Dude.
And at this point, we trusted each other enough. He invited me to his house where he has this stuff and his kids. And I was like, okay, like we're at that point. Like this is great. And I went to his house, dude. I bought that diamond and pearl set. And I brought my friend, you may know him. His name is Wes Magical Magikarp on Instagram.
Not too sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
He came with me because he was interested in some other stuff this guy has. He has multiple Japanese sets, like all these hollows from WotC, all that. Pack fresh. He still has them. He wanted to go and just check them out and see, the legitimate. But I went to this guy's house and he still has like 6 cardboard boxes full of. He kept the boxes, like the booster boxes.
Oh, the empty boxes.
The empty boxes with all the bulk in it, though, the extra bulk.
Hey, go get them now.
I could get them now. It would be a lot of money. But it would be worth it. But
yeah, it would be. Yeah.
He has all the bulk still and all that. But I bought the diamond and pearl stuff probably in January of this year. And to put it into context again, I graded I don't know how familiar you are with diamond and pearl, but I don't have any. Okay, so I graded a Garchomp level X, and level X is like the EX.
Yeah. No, sorry. I've got a Supreme Victors level X Charizard. That's it.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Perfect. Yeah. So level X's are basically EXs.
Yeah. Oh, they are really nice. They are really nice cards.
Yeah, they're beautiful. And I graded the Garchomp and it got a 10. And the thing about this Garchomp is there's only one in the world, and I made the second one in the world.
Dude, that is so
ridiculous.
Sick. Yeah,
it is, dude. It's not even just it being a pop 2. It's literally, I remember distinctly that card back in the day when I was in middle school, like 2007, 2008.
Yeah,
I remember I was like, I want this card so badly, and I just never pulled it because, dude, you can only get like 1 level X or 2 per 36 packs.
Yeah, the pull rate, it wasn't massive, was it?
And the thing is that I bought this collection for 2 grand, this diamond and pearl set, And the Garchomp level X, it's never been sold in a 10. Obviously, there's only 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the thing is that when you're trying to figure out prices, I just compare to other things. So Glaceon level X is in the same set as the Garchomp.
Yeah.
And the Glaceon level X and a 10, there's probably 8 or 9 of them in the world, pop 8 or 9. And I think they sell for around $6,000, $7,000. So I can only assume a Garchomp that's still a pretty popular Pokemon as a pop 2 is around that price as well, like $6,000, $7,000.
I'd probably say it's more.
Or more. Yeah, I've had people, I've already had someone try and offer me to trade their Glaceon level X PSA 10 for it. It was a hard no.
No way.
So I don't want to get over myself and say that it's worth way more than it is. I guess I'm being generous, but I would agree with you. It's probably more than that.
Yeah.
Like maybe a 10 grand card for all I know. There's someone out there who wants to collect level X's who's going to pay that.
If you want the set, there's. Yeah.
And dude, the thing about Diamond and Pearl is that these people, these collectors, or the kids that grew up with Diamond and Pearl that were in elementary school back in 2008 or 7, they're getting in their 20s now.
Yeah.
And they're getting real jobs. They're getting disposable income. And I see a lot of these people coming in, especially when I've been posting it. Like Diamond and Pearl, I've had a lot more followers that are just younger people in their early 20s. And they are just buying up level X's and Diamond and Pearl sets. So, I mean,
it's the natural course of it, isn't it? Like people with base set get older, and then each generation there's a new generation of people who grew up with it and then get older and then want it.
The weird thing
the way it goes.
It is. But the weird thing about Diamond and Pearl is that there's hype for WotC, there's huge hype for EX series, but it skipped over Diamond and Pearl. It went straight to Black and White and X and Y, Flash Fire, and all the Black and White sets. So all the hype just skipped. But now it's getting recognized, Diamond and Pearl. But anyways, that deal was absolutely phenomenal. I probably won't ever find something like that ever again.
No, that's amazing. And I could not even imagine like how excited you were going to do those deals and getting them graded, getting them back, like seeing that 10 come back as well, like
yeah, dude, and I submit all my reactions of the 10s.
I remember it.
Of course, how could you not?
No, yeah, amazing. And I think we're probably going to have to wrap it up, to be honest. There is a timer. No, it's fine. It's just that I think there's a limit on how long we can have this going. So
sure.
I know there's so much information that you've provided for people here that's going to be super, super helpful. So I just want to say thanks to you for coming on and sharing that, because you didn't have to do that. You didn't, and you chose to. So
dude,
appreciate that.
I love engaging with people in the community. So I really appreciate you having me and talking to me as well, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. And to anyone who got this far, thanks for watching as well, because I know it's been a long one, but you should be watching this long to get all of this information, because it really is really helpful info for people.
Yeah, learn from other people, help each other out. That's what it is.